Picture this: rows upon rows of transparent pods, each containing a floating human fetus, monitored by an app on your phone like some kind of dystopian Tamagotchi. Sounds like the worst Black Mirror episode you never asked for, right? Wrong. It's ecto-life, and in 2022, millions of people thought it was real. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But here's the kicker: the technology it's based on, that's actually happening. Oh, and men are getting pregnant now, sort of. Welcome to the part where I explain humanity's latest attempt to outsource literally everything, including our own reproduction. So here we are, watching our species speed run toward a future where babies come from Amazon Prime and pregnancy is something you can opt out of like a software update. The year is 2022. Science communicator Hashem Al-Ghaili drops a concept video for Ectolife, a facility that could supposedly grow 30,000 babies a year in artificial wombs. The internet collectively loses its mind. Half the viewers are Googling how to invest, the other half are building bunkers. Meanwhile, in actual laboratories, scientists are keeping lamb fetuses alive in plastic bags. And in China, I'm not making this up, researchers surgically attached male rats to female rats to make the males pregnant. Here's something that'll mess with your head. Right now, as you're watching this, there are scientists who've already grown mammals outside the womb, not in some distant future, right now. But first, I need you to imagine something. Your niece, your cousin, maybe your future child, born 3 months early. Under current medicine, they have a 90% chance of severe brain damage. That's if they survive at all. Now, what if I told you that in 2017, researchers at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia solved this problem with a Ziploc bag? They kept extremely premature lamb fetuses alive in what they called a biobag, essentially a sterile bag filled with lab-made amniotic fluid. But here's the part that should terrify and amaze you equally. The lambs weren't just surviving. They were opening their eyes, growing wool, learning to swallow. After 4 weeks, they emerged breathing on their own, completely normal. One expert called it real tomorrow's world stuff, which is scientists speak for, holy crap, it actually worked. Now, before you start picturing human baby farms, and I know you are, pump the brakes. This technology isn't about mass-producing infants. It's about those 23-week preemies I mentioned, the ones your family might face someday. The biobag could give them those crucial extra weeks. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. In 2021, Israeli scientists grew mouse embryos outside the womb for 11 days, half a mouse pregnancy. One researcher casually suggested, and listen to these exact words, that eventually we might develop human embryos from fertilization to birth entirely outside the uterus. He said this like he was discussing weekend plans. And the technology? It's only getting better. Which means the question isn't if this happens, it's when. And more importantly, what happens to us when it does. Stop whatever you're doing and answer this. Would you trust the guy who brought you Twitter's current state to redesign human reproduction? Because that's exactly what's happening. Elon Musk has been tweeting about population collapse with the same energy most people reserve for actual emergencies. His solution, and you're going to want to sit down for this, is to make having kids faster, easier, cheaper. Think about that. The richest man on Earth looks at the miracle of human life and thinks, this needs better throughput. But wait, it gets so much worse. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin, a 27-year-old cryptocurrency billionaire, announced to his millions of followers that synthetic wombs would remove the high burden of pregnancy, significantly reducing inequality. Here's the thing that should chill you to your core. These aren't random internet weirdos. These are the people actually shaping our future. They have the money, they have the influence, and they're dead serious. The question you should be asking isn't whether they'll try. It's whether we'll let them. Because right now, they're not asking for permission. I'm about to show you something that will fundamentally break your understanding of what's possible. Ready? It started with a lie that people desperately wanted to believe. In 1999, malepregnancy.com appeared online documenting the first scientifically induced male pregnancy. A man named Li Mingwei supposedly carrying a child, complete with ultrasounds, medical reports. Your aunt probably forwarded it. Completely fake. But thousands believed it because deep down, we all knew this was coming. Fast forward to 2008. Every major news outlet runs the same headline, "Pregnant Man." This time, not fake. Thomas Beatty, a transgender man, appeared on Oprah with a beard and a baby bump. Half of America's brains just stopped working. The media treated it like the apocalypse had arrived wearing maternity wear. Then 2021 happens, and two things occur that you need to know about, and one of them is going to haunt your dreams. First, Lil Nas X poses with a prosthetic baby bump to give birth to his album. Performance art. The internet breaks anyway. But the second thing? This is where you might want to pause and prepare yourself. Chinese scientists took two rats, one male, one female. They surgically joined them together, Frankenstein style, shared blood circulation. Then they transplanted a uterus into the male rat and got it pregnant. I need you to understand, this is not a movie. This is not science fiction. This happened in a real laboratory with real scientists who have real PhD. 10 pups were delivered via C-section from a male rat. 4 survived. The scientific community was so horrified that the researchers pulled their own paper. But here's what should really keep you up at night. They proved it could be done. The barrier wasn't biology, it was ethics. And we all know how well those hold up when there's money involved. You're probably thinking, that's rats, that's not humans. You're right, for now. But remember, every medical breakthrough starts with "that's impossible" and ends with "that's routine." The only question is, how long before someone tries this with humans? And more importantly, in what country will they try it first? Here's a question that will determine the next century of human existence. Who gets to decide how your children are born? Because make no mistake, someone is going to decide. And right now, while you're watching this video, that decision is being made in boardrooms and bioethics committees you'll never see. Let me paint you two futures. Tell me which one scares you more. Future 1. Dr. Anna Smidor's vision. She calls pregnancy barbaric, and before you get offended, consider this. Pregnancy permanently changes your body. Most women tear during childbirth, many need stitches, and complications can include lasting damage like incontinence and chronic pain. Even today in developed nations, pregnancy can be fatal. If men experienced this, Smajdor argues, we'd have solved it decades ago. In her world, artificial wombs liberate everyone. Women keep their careers, men can be pregnant, trans couples have babies. Equality finally achieved. Sounds great, right? Wait for future 2. A woman gets pregnant. She doesn't want the baby. But now, artificial wombs exist. The court orders her to undergo fetal extraction instead of abortion. The fetus goes into a machine. She's forced to become a mother against her will. Her choice? Gone, because the technology made it unnecessary. Here's what everyone keeps missing. Both futures are coming at the same time. Picture this actual scenario that will happen within 20 years. Your boss offers to pay for your pregnancy in a company pod. Don't lose productivity, they say. We care about work-life balance. Meanwhile, your cousin can't afford the $500,000 for an artificial womb, so she carries her baby naturally. She's now considered lower class for using her own body. One conservative critic worried that machine-born babies would lack an innate connection with their mothers. But here's the question nobody's asking. What happens when those machine babies grow up? When an entire generation exists that was never inside a human body, do they think differently, love differently? Are they even human in the way we understand it? You think I'm being dramatic? The first IVF baby was called a test tube abomination in 1978. Now there are 8 million of them. They're your co-workers, your friends, maybe you. Every technology that changes reproduction changes what it means to be human. And this one changes everything. The woman in Texas forced to gestate against her will. The gay couple in California finally able to have a biological child. The teenager in China whose parents grew her in a pod to select her genetics. They're all coming. The only question left is, which future are you ready for? Because ready or not, you're about to live in all of them simultaneously. So there you have it, the complete saga of humanity's attempt to upgrade reproduction from version 1.0 to whatever dystopian beta test this is. Will ecto-life become reality? Will men start carrying babies? Will Silicon Valley finally succeed in turning literally everything into a subscription service? The honest answer: artificial wombs will probably save premature babies within the decade. Full ectogenesis is still decades away. Male pregnancy remains firmly in the rats and performance art category. As for whether this is progress or the apocalypse, both. It's definitely both. Look, you made it this far into the madness, so let's address the elephant in the room. Comment below with your birth pod dystopia predictions. I genuinely want to know if you think we're headed for liberation or baby factories, or just comment, "What the hell did I just watch?" That works too. Hit the like button if this video made you question everything about human reproduction, or if you're now Googling, "Are artificial wombs real?" Or if you just appreciate someone else going down this rabbit hole so you don't have to. And subscribe if you want more existential crises delivered straight to your feed. I promise to keep documenting humanity's descent into whatever this is, one uncomfortable truth at a time. So remember, when your kids ask where babies come from and you have to explain it involves either a biological process that hasn't changed in 200,000 years or a Silicon Valley startup with a subscription model, just know that we were warned. The lambs in bags, the pregnant rats, Elon Musk's tweets, all the signs were there. We just chose to click accept terms and conditions anyway. Nature finds a way. Venture capitalists find a way. And somehow, you found your way to the end of this video. Thanks for watching humanity speedrun its own obsolescence. I'm going to go lie down now.
Satire.